I asked AI to make me a 3-course Valentine's Day meal prep, and this is what I got. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Leah and I like to share vegan recipes, ideas, inspirations and anything that has to do with vegan. If this is something that you like, please consider subscribing. I would really like to have you here. And now let me show you my recent experience with AI. So there is an OpenAI, there is a chat where you can actually talk to artificial intelligence and ask all kinds of questions. And this is what I decided to try and do for this Valentine's Day. Now, are you ready to see what my conversation with artificial intelligence was? So let's go. So there is a program called ChatGPT. You can go to chat.openai.com, sign in and start chatting. It's fun and it's free. So I asked artificial intelligence to create a 3-course vegan oil-free meal for Valentine's Day, and I got some interesting options. I had to ask AI to rewrite it a couple of times until I got something that I was interested in. So based on the ingredients I had in my house, I went with this option. For starter, I'm gonna have carrot ginger soup, main course mushroom stroganoff, and for dessert I'm gonna have chocolate mousse. I asked AI where did it get the recipes, and it actually created them. So let's go ahead and test them out now. Are you ready? So let's go. Okay, so for this soup we're gonna need 6 carrots. I'm just gonna quickly peel them. Next we need 1 onion. So now we're just gonna cut it like this. You see, I left the little end here and it's holding all the pieces together, so it's easier to cut. So now we're just gonna cut across. Next we need to grate our ginger, about 2 inches of ginger. As you can see here, I have frozen one and all the skin is on. I'm not gonna peel it, I'm gonna leave it on. And why I have it frozen is because it's very easy to grate when it's frozen. Plus I save a lot of ginger like this because a lot of times it goes bad quickly and I just can't get to it. So this way I always have ginger on hand and it's easy to grate. I'm just using this little grater and I'm gonna go like that. This is how much ginger we have. We're gonna put it on this plate. It looks like a lot of ginger, but since it's frozen, it's kind of icy a little bit. So next we're gonna need 4 cups of vegetable broth. So I'm gonna use better than bouillon. This is a seasoned vegetable base. All you need is 1 teaspoon per 1 cup. So we need 4 teaspoons because we're gonna have 4 cups of vegetable broth. So next I'm just gonna go get some water. Next we're gonna need to juice this lemon. We're gonna use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So I just roll it like this so it gets all the juice out easier. Now we're gonna squeeze. Now let's measure 2 tablespoons. Okay, so now all our ingredients are ready. I'm gonna warm up a little bit. Since we're not gonna use any oil, we're just gonna put our onions in and we're gonna cook them for a few minutes. Now I'm just gonna use a little bit of salt. Cook them a little like this. Now if it gets too dry, I'm just gonna add a little bit of vegetable broth, mix and cook a little more. Let's stir it one more time. I'm just gonna deglaze this pan. I'm gonna use more vegetable broth. Okay, at this point I think we're ready for our carrots. So the carrots are now gonna cook for a few minutes with onions. Our AI said we have to cook it for about 5 minutes or so. So we're just gonna give a couple more minutes. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and add this ginger and we're gonna mix it up. Okay, my kitchen smells like ginger now, and I think we are ready to add the broth. Okay, now we're gonna bring this to a boil. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this pot. It's gonna get to the boil faster. Looks like we're starting to boil. Okay, and I'm gonna cover it again. Lower the heat, and I'm gonna set the timer for about 20 minutes. I think that's what our AI said, about 20 minutes. Now, while we're waiting for our carrots to be ready, I'm just gonna go ahead and chop this parsley, because this is what it said. We have to garnish it with parsley. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in this container. I put a little bit of paper towel here. This way all this moisture can be absorbed and we can save our parsley for longer than a couple of days. Now, while we're waiting for our soup to cook, I'm just gonna go ahead and prep the ingredients for the second course. So this is cashews. This is unsalted, unroasted cashews. I need 1 cup. I'm gonna make sour cream. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover them with hot water and let it stand for a few minutes. Okay, so I have the water going. Now we're just gonna let it stand, and that way they're gonna absorb some of the water and they're gonna soften up. So it's gonna be easier to blend and it's gonna be very creamy sour cream. Now we need, once again, 1 onion and a few cloves of garlic. Now we need to get 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a lot of mess right now. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just gonna use a knife and we're gonna press it. You see? And it's easily coming out. Okay, all right. The garlic is getting ready. I'm just gonna press it. That. Okay, next it said that we need 8 ounces of mushrooms. So I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly rinse them. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and chop these mushrooms. I like to do it just like that. You can cut it on a cutting board too, but for some reason I prefer cutting mushrooms like that. Okay, mushrooms are ready. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes. Our carrots, they seem to be soft enough already. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend them. Let's take a look. Yep, looks like it's nicely blended. I'm gonna put it back in here. It said we have to put black pepper and salt to taste, and lemon juice, those 2 tablespoons. I'm putting it all in. We're gonna give it a taste test and then we'll see if we need more salt or not, because the vegetable broth is already kind of salted, so I don't know if we need more. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, I would put more salt, just like that. Stir it one more time and let's give it another taste test. It's interesting. It's not bad. I never thought you can just cook basically carrots with onions and get a soup out of it. I usually put like potatoes or something like that in there. It's actually not bad. Moving on to the next recipe. We have our cashews that's been soaking for a while now. I'm just gonna drain the water out and we're gonna add them to the blender. We need to have 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So we're gonna use this leftover lemon juice from the lemon before. I also had some lemon prepped in the fridge, so I'm just gonna use this 1/4 cup. We need to use 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Let's add 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of water. Now we're just gonna go ahead and blend it. We need a little bit more water. It looks better now. Let me have a little taste test. Very sour cream. Needs a little bit more water and we need to blend it just a little more because it still has little pieces of cashews. So We need to make it nice and creamy. It looks creamier now. Let's give another taste test. Now it tastes more like sour cream. So this is gonna be our sour cream for the mushroom stroganoff. Okay, now I'm just gonna prepare our vegetable broth. So I have the same better than bouillon vegetable base here. I'm just gonna add some hot water. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it up. Alright, these are all our ingredients. Now let's go ahead and cook our mushroom stroganoff. Preheat this pan. Now since I'm not using oil again, just gonna go ahead and add the onions. Let them cook like that. Okay, so it looks like our onions are starting to cook here. Now we're just gonna go ahead and add the garlic. I'm just gonna go ahead and add these mushrooms. Then I'll go ahead and add a little bit of vegetable broth so we can deglaze this pan a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this all together. Gonna cook for about 3 more minutes. I'm just gonna lower the heat a little bit, give it another stir. Now we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So we have black pepper, vegetable broth, thyme. These are 2 tablespoons of thyme. Oh my god, it's a lot of thyme. I'm not sure about that. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our sour cream. So our sour cream was resting for a little bit, and this is the consistency it has now. And it does look like sour cream. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and add this. Stir. I usually like to cook mushroom stroganoff with dill. I never tried it with thyme, so let's see how it works out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lower the heat right now. Cover it. Give it a couple of minutes to cook. Okay, I think I'm ready to turn off the stove. Now we're gonna give it a taste test. Let's see if it needs salt. Certainly needs some salt. Another stir. Let's give it another taste test. It's interesting. I think it's a bit too sour for my taste, but it's not bad. You can definitely taste the thyme. A lot of thyme. But it's not bad. Okay, moving on to the next recipe. Oh yeah, by the way, I already prepared some penne pasta, so we're gonna serve it with that later. Okay, so the next recipe, we're gonna make chocolate mousse. So the recipe is asking for 2 avocados, but I'm gonna double it because I have too many avocados. So I'm just gonna open these avocados and hope for the best. Okay, this looks good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to the blender. I'm just gonna squeeze it out like that. And the seed is very easy to take out. You're just gonna kind of hold it like that and push it out. You see? And now I'm gonna add this part, and we're gonna do the same with the rest. Beautiful. They all look good. Now the rest ingredients, here's what we need. 1 cup of maple syrup. We need to add 1 cup of cacao. We need a little bit of salt and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Let's give it a little taste test. It tastes really good actually. Okay, now we have to put this in the fridge for about half an hour. So I was pleasantly surprised about carrot ginger soup. It was actually very easy to make, and it was actually delicious. I never knew I could actually just take carrots, ginger and onions and make soup out of it. For main course, the mushroom stroganoff, it turned out a little bit too sour, so what I would do if I'm gonna cook it again, I would substitute half of the lemon that I put in the vegan sour cream, substitute it with water, and that should be good. Otherwise it was good, it was delicious. Thyme was really adding this extra yumminess. For dessert, chocolate mousse, I wouldn't change a thing. It was actually perfect. It was very chocolatey, very rich. It worked really well with the berries. This is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it and enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe if you haven't done it already, and click on the little bell button so you get notified whenever I post the next video. And once again, thanks so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye!